All right, this is chapter 11 in your Rollins textbook. The theme is isolation and immobilization. Isolation and immobilization can be defined as restrictions imposed by an individual being immobile and isolated. And this isolation places children at risk for physical and psychological problems. It can be caused by a loss of normal movement opportunities, sensory deprivation, and social isolation. Age influences children's reactions to immobilization and isolation. Immobilization and isolation can also affect orientation to time and place, and not knowing whether it's daytime or nighttime. Major challenges include a loss of bodily control, reduced interactions with people, a loss of control over the environment, and these are all factors that threaten a child's self-image and self-esteem. More specifically, immobilization, children or patients who experience immobilization from or as part of a disease process have diminished environmental stimuli, a loss of tactile, vestibular, or proprioceptive input, and an altered perception of themselves and the environment, according to Wilson, Curry, and DeBoer. It can also create a regression, which is expected for hospitalized children, especially those who are immobilized. It contributes to their play, which has proven helpful for children dealing with fears, fantasies, nightmares due to immobilization from an accident or a traumatic event. Gillis in 1989 found that immobilized children who were exposed to creative play periods expressed more positive feelings toward themselves and significant others. With regard to isolation, John Bowlby in 1960 and James Robertson in 1958 studied the harmful effects of social isolation on developing children and concluded that the length of time a child is isolated can be associated with serious effects such as depression. Children placed in isolation for infection control may threaten their already compromised immune system. In several studies, it is indicated that children might find masks frightening and nonverbal communication is impaired when masks are worn. However, this is information prior to the COVID pandemic, when since then, children are less frightened with people wearing masks as they themselves have had to wear a mask in public. Communication is a necessity or necessary component in building effective relationships with children and hampered by masks being worn because it's difficult to see a person's expression, mouth, nose, and any other form of expression that is covered with a mask. Suggestions for healthcare providers when masks are required allow children to see your face at the door or window before donning a mask. Reintroduce yourself to children and parents each time you see them. Wear a picture ID where children can see it. Exaggerate your vocalizations by nodding your head and your eyebrow and eye movements. Ask children and parents to repeat what you've said and describe what they understand. Ask children and parents how they're coping and let them know that you appreciate and perhaps share their frustrations. The activity is called a sun catcher, or a window design. And children in isolation appreciate being able to use chalk or washable markers on their windows to draw pictures. Another activity assigned for this chapter is target practice, and this is to help with their frustration. A target can easily be made with a paper plate or construction paper with circles and point totals. And then anything that can be thrown, whether it's a ping pong ball or a tennis ball or soft, I forget what they're called, but bean bags to be thrown.